Marge invested in a sandwich shop, but not only was business terrible, the employees were also stealing money from the cash register. Marge fired all the staff, but she couldn't handle everything on her own, so she had to ask Homer for help. Even after the kids got out of school, Marge invited them to pitch in too. Lisa started washing bell peppers, Bart was in charge of frying French fries, and even Maggie was put to work as a cashier. She didn't forget to ask for tips either. With her family's help, business at Marge's sandwich shop got better and better. Homer even came up with a flying food delivery system. All the hard work these days made Homer lose so much weight that his pants were loose. Just when Marge thought her struggles were finally over, a new sandwich shop of the same brand opened right across the street. This cutthroat competition made Marge furious, but she couldn't get her investment money back, so she had to grit her teeth and keep the shop running. Marge lost all her customers. Homer tried to comfort her, saying, "Don't worry, we're a family business." But when they opened the door, they found over a dozen kids working inside. Feeling frustrated, Marge went to Moe's Tavern for a drink, her first time ever. To cheer Marge up, Moe turned on the TV, but to their surprise, the TV was playing an ad for the competing sandwich shop. Moe gave Marge an idea. The next day, Homer pretended to be a wealthy customer and had just placed his order. When Bart deliberately spilled hot coffee on him, Homer said he would sue the company. The company's CEO quickly explained that it wasn't the company's fault. Marge pointed out a loophole in the contract, and said that if she could get her investment money back, she would cover all the customers' expenses. The boss immediately agreed. Marge went to the supermarket, struggling to remember all the items everyone needed. By the time she finally finished shopping, Marge was exhausted. But as soon as she got to the door, the alarm went off. The wine in her pocket hadn't been paid for. Apu called the police right away. While sitting in the sauna, the sheriff quietly told the mayor that Marge had been arrested for shoplifting. The next day, the mayor went on the news and called Marge a shoplifter. Marge's reputation took a nosedive overnight. Her friends talked behind her back, and even the usually kind Flanders started to suspect her. When Marge went to the bathroom, he had his wife secretly follow her. In court, Marge was sentenced to 30 days in jail. After being locked up, Marge never expected prison life to be this good. No housework to do, no kids to take care of. On the other side of town, the house had fallen into total chaos without Marge. The kids had no clean clothes left to wear, but Homer had put on Marge's wedding dress. Bart's lunch had even become playing cards dipped in peanut butter. Nelson mocked Bart, "Your mom's a convict." Bart shot back, "So's yours."
Let's play.
Visiting day arrived, and Marge asked how things were at home. Bart explained that an alligator had gotten stuck in the toilet, so they now had to feed it. Without the sugar cubes Marge used to make, the church's charity bake sale business had tanked. They had to make a cheap statue instead, which made the townspeople angry. A riot broke out in the town. Everyone missed Marge so much, so when Marge got out of jail, all the neighbors came to welcome her back, and even built a statue in her honor. Homer was ecstatic, because today he was going to the water park he'd been looking forward to for ages. It turned out that when Homer was a kid, he'd worked a summer job at this very amusement park. The rides there were super thrilling and fun, but when they got to the entrance, Homer realized everything had changed. The wild river had been renamed Cone River, and the awesome thrill rides had been turned into baby-friendly attractions. Even the kids thought it was boring, and kept complaining that they wanted to go home. Suddenly, Homer remembered there was a ride called Devil's Flood. The three of them pushed through the overgrown weeds, and after getting the kids on it, Lisa said it looked dry and dangerous. Homer opened the water gates, cheering himself on non-stop. This is the only way out now. Scenes from their lives flashed before their eyes, and all three of them had a great time. But after a while, Bart and Lisa's faces started turning pale, and they felt terrible all over. Marge realized something was wrong with the water, so she took them to the hospital for a checkup. It turned out they'd been exposed to 30 years worth of accumulated bacteria and parasites. Marge wondered why Homer was still able to go to work normally. The doctor said they could be cured with medication, but there would be a side effect. They'd gain weight. 4 weeks later, the kids had fully recovered, but they'd also become all round and chubby. Lisa shut herself off because she'd gained weight, so Marge took Lisa to the mall to buy new clothes. But no matter what Lisa tried on, she couldn't hide her round belly. Lisa started to panic, so Marge had no choice but to pick her up and carry her away.